First Lieutenant Jimmie W. Monteith Jr. Private Carlton W. Barrett. Technician 5th grade John J. Pinder, Jr. and Brigadier General Theodore Roosevelt, Jr. These are the Medal of Honor recipients of D-Day. For more than 20 years, the National D-Day Memorial has proudly shared the stories of those who died on D-Day while honoring those who lived to fight another day. Now the memorial is embarking on a new initiative to install a Medal of Honor garden, which will pay tribute to the 4 Medal of Honor recipients from 6 June 1944, D-Day. The Medal of Honor garden will feature a bronze plaque on each recipient, sharing their individual stories of gallantry against the odds. In addition to the 4 Medal of Honor recipients from D-Day, the garden will honor the last surviving Medal of Honor recipient from World War II, Herschel Woody Williams. Williams was instrumental in spearheading the design and installation of the Gold Star Family's Memorial Monument at the National D-Day Memorial. The first addition to the Medal of Honor garden will be the plaque recognizing First Lieutenant Jimmie W. Monteith, a son of Virginia whose legacy continues to be passed down among the ranks of the modern-day Virginia Tech Corps of Cadets.
They're one of the first things that you learn during your freshman New Cadet Week. Your cadre are constantly asking you, name the Medal of Honor recipients and their stories, and we take great pride in that, especially since they are people that represent the Corps of Cadets and what we all stand for and strive to be.
It's an inspiration to all of us just to even have a fraction of their courage and their dedication to their duty. Citation: for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity above and beyond the call of duty on 6th June 1944, near Coulville-sur-Mer, France.
There were 4 young men who received the Medal of Honor on June 6, 1944, and they included First Lieutenant Jimmie Monteith, who was from Virginia.
He had a sense that he needed to do more with his life. And so in 1941, prior to the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, he enlisted in the Army.
Here is this all-American young man who had dreams and aspirations. He went to college. He was in this Corps of Cadets, this kind of camaraderie of young men at the time, and soon after joined the U.S. Army. Probably never realizing that he would be involved in this largest amphibious assault in history, that he would be making history.
First Lieutenant Monteith landed with the initial assault waves on the coast of France under heavy enemy fire.
L Company of the 16th Infantry Regiment was that first wave coming ashore as the sun is coming up, 06:30 in the morning on June 6, 44. Their objectives were to secure the first German defensive positions right along the beach, move inland, secure a road, secure kind of the crossroad towns. The Germans know that these exits are key to getting off the beach as well, so they have established their heaviest defensive positions along the beach to guard these exits and defend against the attackers coming up these exits. So they need to get up the hill and up the bluffs and take out this position. So there's artillery fire, anti-tank fire, mortars, machine guns, barbed wire, minefields, lots of things to navigate there in addition to just the terrain and the chaos and the disorganization.
Without regard to his own personal safety, he continually moved up and down the beach, reorganizing men for further assault. He then personally led the assault over a narrow protective ledge and across the flat exposed terrain to the comparative safety of a cliff.
Retracing his steps across the field to the beach, he moved over to where 2 tanks were buttoned up and blind under violent enemy artillery and machine gun fire.
So he retraced the steps and got the attention of the tanks who were just kind of locked down under fire, and told them, I need you to direct fire up there on the ridge on that anti-tank gun that was inflating fire down the beach.
Completely exposed to the intense fire, First Lieutenant Monteith led the tanks on foot through a minefield and into firing positions. Under his direction, several enemy positions were destroyed.
That was arguably one of the very, very first German positions to be taken down on the beach, and that's significant because they were directing heavy fire and they had a commanding view of the beach where the entire 16th Regiment was coming ashore. So that was very significant to be able to silence those particular guns.
He then rejoined his company, and under his leadership, his men captured an advantageous position on the hill.
It's still a very hot area, and so there's fire coming in and out.
He continued to ignore his own personal safety, repeatedly crossing the 200 or 300 yards of open terrain under heavy fire to strengthen links in his defensive chain.
He is standing up under fire, using grenades, using his own sidearm. That is when he is struck down and killed in one of the fields where he was leading his men.
When the enemy succeeded in completely surrounding 1st Lieutenant Monteith and his unit, and while leading the fight out of this situation, 1st Lieutenant Monteith was killed by enemy fire.
After he suffers his fatal wounds, it's wave after wave and continue to bring in and to continue to try to establish a foothold on the continent. And so taking that position down under the leadership of Lieutenant Monteith was significant in being able to continue on the rest of the day.
This is 1st Lieutenant Monteith's burial flag. It was given to his mother upon his passing. It must have been a lot for his mother to give up. It wasn't from nothing. He gave everything.
Jimmie Monteith's heroism that day, what he did, inspired his men, and I think is just emblematic of so many officers and others that day who understood that it was their individual acts of courage that would inspire their men to continue to move forward.
The President of the United States takes pride in awarding the Medal of Honor posthumously to 1st Lieutenant Jimmie W. Monteith Jr., 16th Infantry, United States Army.
The courage, gallantry, and intrepid leadership displayed by 1st Lieutenant Monteith are worthy of emulation.
In his letters and in all of his personal memos, he treats himself like an average guy, yet he did these extraordinary things for the sake of his country and the people around him.
I just have complete admiration for people who decide to disregard their safety and do what they think is necessary at that time. To somebody who has never been in a situation like that, I hope that one day I could have the bravery to do something similar.
He went above and beyond the call of duty to sacrifice everything for a cause, for his country, for his people. That is the definition of a patriot, of someone who embodies the spirit of freedom.